Yep. I'm here with Cam Flukey, our pitcher tonight. Cam was phenomenal. 7 innings, 7 shutout innings, 10 strikeouts. And that was, the name of the game tonight. When you don't give your opponents opportunities to score like he did, and you continue to put up zeros, they didn't score into the 8th inning. I thought our offense was phenomenal, especially for those first 4 innings. I think it was 3 of the 4 innings we had their pitcher 20-plus pitches. We had them at 90 pitches or upper 80 pitches after the 4th inning. We got the big inning, but we just weren't able. We were 1 for 7 hitting with runners in scoring position. We just weren't able to get that knockout punch to get a little bit more space. And, obviously they made it a game there in the 8th and 9th. But, Ryan Lynch was phenomenal when he came in the game, got a big strikeout in the 8th. And then 1, 2, 3 in the 9th.
All right, we'll open for questions.
Just big picture-wise, Coach, how huge is it to get the win today and then the day off tomorrow?
Well, yeah, when you're at a tournament, it's really important to, you win those first 2 games. You're obviously in the driver's seat. An opportunity to rest, recover tomorrow, and then obviously we got to be beat twice on Saturday. But that doesn't ensure anything. We are in a leverage situation, but it doesn't assure anything. So we've got to make sure we're very mindful and intentional with what we do tomorrow. And we will get a light workout in tomorrow, and make sure that we're ready to go to be 100% prepared for Saturday.
And question for Cam. Pretty efficient out there. 88 pitches in 7 innings. The coach mentioned it. Only 1 walk. What was kind of the game plan, the mindset going in, and how do you feel you executed?
Yeah, it was just obviously pound the zone, stay aggressive, trust my stuff, and trust my pitching coach down there, knowing what he's doing. And I just execute what he calls, and it's worked so far this season, I can tell. So just trusting him and believing in myself and going out there and competing.
Then how much confidence do you guys have down there in the pen? You guys work day in, day out, and, to see your closer to come in, shut the door, pick up 6th save of the year. What's kind of the mindset as a pitching staff? Yeah,
our war room is great. That's what we call them, the war room. They've been phenomenal for us all year. Ryan Lynch has been nails, as we call him. It's awesome. Like, knowing when you come out of the game, knowing you have guys that'll come in and shut it down for you and finish the game.
And then, Coach, to kind of follow off that, back-to-back pitching performances from your starters. You can't ask for much better than that.
Well, that's been the name of or the story of our year. Starting pitching has been phenomenal. Cam Flukey's maturity from last year to this year, and ultimately what he's done from week to week. He's as good as anybody in the entire country, and we're fortunate to have him on our team. I think a big part of that game was in the 5th. He's been unbelievable, absolutely suffocating the zone. He 4-pitch walked their 5-hole hitter there in the 5th, and he goes 0-2, and then Vogelsong does a great job. He battles back, gets the count to 3-2, and then he induced the 6-3 double play, which was really critical. But again, Flukey was unbelievable. We were fortunate 2 weeks ago to give him a week off because he has pitched a lot. He was phenomenal last week at Old Dominion, and he stepped up big time again today.
And then, Coach, 4 of your 7 hits come from your top 4. What has it been like having that kind of production up top?
Well, it was big, but again, the name of the game there is you got to hit with runners in scoring position. We were 1 for 7 in the 2nd inning. We did a great job. Had 5 consecutive quality at bats. We got the big inning, and then in the 3rd we were able to get guys on. We just weren't able to get another big hit. We earned frees all night long. We had a guy on base every single inning besides the 8th inning. So that we played good offense. We just weren't able to get that big hit when we needed it to give us that extra space, which is going to be critical moving forward.
Final questions?
Coach, do you feel any different when you are playing now with that large winning streak to play not to lose as opposed to having fun?
No, not really. We've what is that, 15, 16 straight, 19 straight in the Sun Belt. That's our 46th win. That's the most wins in the entire country. This team has played as consistent as any team in America, It's been as good of a team that we've ever had here at Coastal. They've found ways to win night after night, and this consistency is as good as I've ever seen.